something we said?
No.
Good.
Honestly, that's the funniest part of the BattleRekt chat. Sometimes I go in there, and they're just off on a tangent. They're not even talking about the show. They're not talking about the games. They're just talking about whatever they want. Somebody needs to tell us what their favorite, what was it, console play?
Video game play console.
Video game play console is. What do you guys think the best one is?
Randler, Xenox 2-1-3, 2-3 against Godof, Little Master, and Kababi. This is the two Mycon teams facing off against each other. Oh, 2-1-3, 2-1-3 will land a Shadow Bolt on the hasted Kababi. Let's see. And again, 2-1-3, 2-3. Two Shadow Bolts in a row. He's actually playing aggressively positioning-wise and finds himself backing away. Tries to go for the third Shadow Bolt. On the CC target, he misses. Why?
2-1-3 just has that big target on Kababi. We're going to see a defensive ult from Paloma, healing up 2-3 a bit and making sure no one can go in on him. We're going to see a great ult by Little Master, followed by the silence.
Little Master doing a good amount of damage. Xenox is actually kind of low. Meanwhile, 2-1-3, 2-1-3 popped his own ultimate and tries to put on pressure onto Godof, and now he's going to get it on the tail end when no cooldowns are available. One hit from Xenox's ultimate onto Godof means that he's down to about half health. And now the pressure's coming onto Little Master. Plomo coming out from Randler. Little Master doesn't have mobility. Gonna get Shadow Bolted as well. The Tornado just a little bit late. Godof has to keep healing him out, but now Kababi might be the target of choice. Here comes the ultimate pop. He's gonna sweep for it. Going for the claws. Now aiming for Godof. Will land two. The Shadow Bolt comes through. Misses Little Master. But 2-1-3, 2-1-3 is putting out so much pressure right now.
Oh. Godof goes down. The piggy has been popped. She will get countered through. Xenox runs away, and this is going to be a Project Horizon. They're going to take the first round of our best of 3 maps.
2-1-3, 2-1-3 showing why he was regarded as the best player in the early stages of BattleRekt. He just continually landed stuff. His mechanics were on point. He just landed hits over and over and over again.
Makes me sad when people in our chat get mad at each other.
Why can't we all just get along?
I mean, as cliche of a sentence as that is, Randy brings up a good point, guys. Let's all just get along.
We're here to watch BattleRekt. They're some of the best players in the world.
I mean, yeah, these are the top players in the world.
Some legends of a game of the past. Still currently, actually. Bloods, Sape, and oh man, I'm sorry, I can't remember the last teammate's name. They leaked me a Bloodline Champions tournament.
Oh, Little Master's gonna take a lot of damage right there in the middle. There was no other side to protect him. He's gonna try and stand his ground, but he still has to back away. But 2-1-3, oh, if he didn't get out of that stun, that could have sent the days for him. Looks like Broken Comp is able to get that first orb. Kababi's gonna get in really aggressively.
Xenox trying to go ham, but got avoided entirely. It's Little Master's turn to try to make something happen off the result of it, but the huge wolf from Randler gonna put him in a really bad spot. Tornado trying to get out of it, gonna sit in Godof's ultimate.
Venn diagram.
2-1-3, 2-1-3 needs to be careful right now. He's gonna turn around and start fighting Kababi. Kababi tries to get out of that scenario, knows Xenox has the angle to do a ton of damage.
Oh, this could be the end of it!
Trying to drain out a lot of the damage that they're taking. 3 hits from Xenox. No, the swap from Godof is well timed, but now he has little to no mobility. Gets the panic on 2-1-3, 2-1-3, but he's going to finish him off anyways. Right now, Broken Comp is playing really, really well. I actually think their decision on team positioning is really what's giving them the biggest benefit here. 2-1-3, 2-1-3 is deciding to go aggressive at the right times, and Xenox is just looming on these sides, just making sure that you do not want to trade out. Especially in that situation, Kababi came from the top, and it looked like it was going to be a 1v1 situation, but 2-1-3, 2-1-3 landed the Claw of the Wicked, hit a charged weapon strike, and then in that time, Xenox was able to creep his way around and push his way up to make it the 1v1 and 2v1. Why are you throwing things around?
My snacks are gone.
I have more. Would you like more?
I don't want to eat your snacks. Don't patronize me with your handouts.
Sorry. I really think 2-1-3, 2-1-3's decision making as a front line is really making sure that Broken Comp stays ahead of the game.
2-1-3's also been fantastic at landing those M2s. Got a good pull. The other side's actually going to have to pull him out of that, even though we got the counter. Little Master now stuck in a tight spot. He just got enough energy for his R. He's actually patiently trying to deal some damage to 213. He counters in, but he's going to R right back out. Almost a great flick from 213, but now, God, he's been stuck in the opponent's half for so long.
Really good aggression from 213 right now. He's going to claw again and continue to put Little Master in danger. Just being able to land consistent claws on Little Master has been so important. And the Shadow Bolt as well. Xanox is in. Little Master is behind. Will get silenced out of his counter. Piggy is being popped on Kababi's side, but I think it might be a little too late. Here comes the 2v1. Xanox going to pop his ultimate. Gets 2, gets 3. Godof in trouble now. And another claw does land. The counter gets baited out. 213 is about to go ham. Xanox finally being put in a safe position here rather than an aggressive one, but he's still going to be able to poke out Godof a little bit.
Great flick from 213, not proccing that Little Master counter. He's done such a good job of showing that mechanical skill we saw from him so early on in BattleRekt. Oh, an aggressive Paloma ult, just almost protecting Xanox.
It's all down to 213 and Randler right now. Xanox has to play kind of passively in terms of position. But oh no, 213 takes huge punishment from Little Master. And I think they're kind of putting themselves in a prime position for Kababi and Little Master to just rain terror down upon them. I think that's really hurt their opportunity to take this round. Shadow Bolt will land. The other side off the counter is going to make sure that Xanox is still safe a little bit. Extract comes through, will land. The shield gets taken out. But currently, Little Master might be in a little bit of trouble. On top of a Paloma ultimate. Oh, gets the counter. Little Master closes it out. The EX right click into the counter, into the left click. Finishes out the kill on 213. And a teleport back to safety at Broken Comp off the back of some very good mechanical play. Make the comeback happen, and we'll take the first round, staving off elimination, or rather staving off losing the map.
Almost getting swept in the first map. They're able to surmount their opponents here in round number 3. Taking down 213. We saw 213 switch to Freya last time. Curious to know if we'll see it again, but I do honestly think that 213's pulls right now are shutting down Little Master in a way that he's not accustomed to. Usually we see Little Master able to use his R for aggression. For those of you that are unfamiliar with how Varesh works, his R is a teleport, and if he appears underneath somebody that has one of his debuffs, he'll actually proc the debuffs. The M1 or the M2, they both get procced. If he appears within their hitbox, but he can't do it aggressively when 213 keeps pulling him. He has to keep using it to run. He gets countered in, he's other-sided now. He's going to try and build up enough energy to have the confidence to be able to. He gets pulled again. He's going to have to use his R out, in which he does so. And he also gets tornadoed as well, the double stack on cooldowns.
Needs to be careful with Claw. 213 is going to use it to get the orb, but it's going to be up real soon. Using Consume to close the gap. Uses a jump as well. Little Master is going to be put into danger. Gets rooted up. Other side is being spent already. There's still Tornado available. And so Little Master knows he's safe for a little duration of time. Godof with the ultimate on top of himself is going to try to mitigate some damage. And Little Master is really making them pay for that.
Oh, the Varesh ult getting so much damage. I think 2 of those were double, and they just completely erased Xanox.
I think one of the big issues here for Project Horizon in this game, rather not Project Horizon, for Broken Comp, sorry, in this game was that 213 tried to play aggressively onto Little Master for a little while. But it was effective for a certain duration of time, but both times they were actually able to spend cooldowns and not get punished for it. Godof and Kababi actually double stacked cooldowns, gave him the other side of the tornado right after that. They tried to punish Little Master, but 213 at that moment chose to go for the orb rather than for Little Master. And so they were able to secure the orb, but then they tried to go onto Little Master again. They were able to get a good amount of damage, but then that other side hit for a second time. Not only did that save Little Master from taking a lot of damage, Godof was able to place his ultimate down, so there was no good target choice. And then Little Master was in a position where he could be really aggressive, had the safety of knowing that the tornado was there as well, just started landing damage onto Xanox himself, and then Little Master built up the energy enough to get the ultimate, and he's not in danger while he's using the ultimate because he's just doing damage. He's invulnerable for that whole duration of time. And it was really off the back of 213 Xanox and Randler investing so much in aggression onto Little Master and getting that all canceled out by another side and Paloma ultimate.
Now we're going to switch. Oh my god, all 3 with that counter. Little Master really laying on the damage this map.
Shield being applied onto Xanox. Counter doesn't get procced on Little Master's end. Uses the EX right click and will hit Randler with it. There's the Vortex to put them all in one center spot. And that means Little Master can continue pounding damage down onto these 2 characters of Broken Comp. He's going to whiff with one important right button there. Randler's going to use his ultimate, but Little Master's going to go ahead and teleport over to the right to try to put aggression onto 213, 213.
Xenox using the ultimate to proc one of his, using the orb to proc one of his ultimate jumps.
213, 213 is playing really passively, but I think they would really enjoy the benefits of his Claws of Wicked at this point. Little Master is able to just rain a lot of damage on top of them, and 213, 213 still not really in a position to contribute. He's having a hard time trying to use Shadow Bolts, but having to juke. He's been so long before he's actually made any kind of impact in this game. Again, continuing to juke. And here comes the ultimate now. Just dives in and dives away, makes Randler spend his ultimate on himself.
That's actually fantastic use. He didn't want to dive in too deep, knowing that 213 could silence him up, and Randler would heal them both up, and had potential to give him a lot of max damage hit.
213, 213 recognizes that now is the time for him to go, and he's going to be able to drain a lot of health. The counter comes out from Little Master, but gets baited out, and 213, 213 with the patience might be able to make something happen. Will hit Little Master with the Shadow Bolt, gets the consume. That's going to recharge his weapon charges, and Randler will be able to finish out the kill. The patience has paid off, despite the fact that 213, 213, no! Kababi finishes out the kill on Xenox, so now it's a 2v2, but 213, 213 is really low on health. They avoid the consume, and that's going to mean that Kababi has a good opportunity. The panic does land as well, but Kababi is going to go ahead and spend Tornado on himself. Nice. A lot of resources wasted. Godof with the perfect timing on the other side.
Oh no, that could be it for 213. His ultimate is now down. He gets the pull.
Nice interrupt. And I think Kababi might be able to close this out here on his own.
Oh my, there's the damage that he needs. 213 can take one out. He would be able to 2v1 this.
They double stack the cooldowns again.
Oh.
213, 213 actually is going to get the orb. If they double stack the cooldown a second time here, it could be really bad. Oh, but he gets panicked out, and there's no way. You don't have any mobility when you're in your ultimate. Bad, bad situation to be put in to get spell broken in that scenario.
Not only do they have no mobility, but he can't cancel out.
Yep.
It's one of the few ultimates you actually cannot cancel at all.
No matter how furiously you smack your C key, broken comp.
Hopefully no one has another C key still, but
yeah, that's true.
Should probably remap that to like a mouse button.
Broken comp came so close to taking the series, but then Prepare to Die just barely being able to come back and take the map. It was actually incredibly close.
A reverse sweep? I think it was.
I think it was. One of the things to think about is in this situation, how do you play around Plova? That's what we're talking about. Just having that element of kind of your allies being able to assist your teammates changes up the mathematics of what you need to do considerably, right? 213, 213, Xenox and Randler had multiple situations where they pushed it aggressively, and they lost a round because of it. In the last round, they were playing too timidly, perhaps. 213, 213 spent a lot of his health on the north side facing off against 2, while Little Master was able to do 2v1 on his own, but with the assistance of both Tornado and other side, Little Master was able to come out on top. 213, 213 lost so much health and felt a little bit timid. He didn't feel like he had the ability to trade out, and so he spent more than, I would say, 30 or 40 seconds of the game peeking out of the corner of the wall, trying to go for a Shadow Bolt, but then juking and coming back into the wall, so he didn't even throw a Shadow Bolt, and then he peeked it out again, and he saw that there was a possibility that he would have been put in threat and had low health, so he didn't want to take the hit, would use Sinister Strike to jump back behind the wall, and he was literally just doing that for 40 seconds of the game, not contributing. He got zoned out. And how do you blame him when, if you commit, if you happen to spend resources and you get other-sided out,
then you just die.
Then you just die.
But it's a lot of big key to also doing that early damage. Getting someone's max health down really early on forces them to play differently the rest of the map. Only a few champion picks, I think, just disregard that. Shifu being one, Croak being another. You know, they've got enough mitigation to just kind of still go hyper-aggressive, even with not that much health. But for most champs, you know, once his consumes down, Rakan really relies on a very short iframe between his space and his R. His R is actually relatively long, but his space is a really short iframe, really difficult to time, and his R requires energy. So if he has no energy and he's got low health, it's really difficult for him to deliberately want to commit. He does get some health sustain as well, between his M1, Curse, his pull, his Claw the Wicked, and his, again, energy, but his EX spacebar, his little whirlwind, which we almost never see him ever pull off.
Yeah.
I actually find that interesting. We never see him use his shift spacebar.
I think it's good against matchups where you're fighting counter enemies. But yeah, it's not very popular.
No, it's really not. What was that?
That's how I hit my spacebar. I missed the first time.
So much execution.
That's why I'm bad at this game.
Because you can't even hit spacebar? Yeah, that's why you're bad at the game.
Yeah, if I just practice hitting my spacebar, I would be diamond for sure.
And what a crappy flaw to have. Like, you just miss keys altogether.
It's a thing.
I mean, I definitely get confused and overwhelmed sometimes when I meant to E and I F or something. That actually never happens. That's pretty bad.
E and F, yeah, that's pretty far. E and R, maybe?
E and R, yeah, or just like, you just kind of, you lose track of what abilities you can and can't use. You just kind of have a full-on panic.
Hyperventilating.
Yeah, I hypervent a lot when I'm playing. We're going to see Godof go right in, but he's actually going to get punished. He has nothing. He has to use Tornado to try and get out, but he couldn't get to the other side of the wall. Godof's going to try and body block for him. They're actually going to force Broken Comp to retreat a bit, and they will secure that orb.
All right. Little Master gets the counter. Will tag. Oh! Xanox going to the other side. Now Godof to the center. Has to fight off 2 and 3, 2 and 3. Randler with the ultimate, but the Tornado will get him out of here. Here comes Xanox with a big ultimate, though. Going to put Godof down to 20%.
It's looking tight for Godof. 2 and 3 does have his ultimate, and as we've seen so far this round, he's done a really good job of timing it, knowing when a lot of the cooldowns are down, and he can kind of execute the most damage possible.
Whoa, Little Master comes up with a lot, and Xanox is in trouble, gets taken out by the Paloma ultimate. And the collective aggression from Godof and Little Master, more than enough to take down Xanox.
Will they get a cross kill? No, Godof now stays safely behind the orb, also securing it for his allies. 2 and 3 goes down, and Randler is gonna walk into death this time.
Nice. First round being taken by.
Two rounds away from moving into our finals. My comp, Prepare to Die, getting close.
Prepare to Die has been looking really good. I think that since the last week of EU BattleRekt that we spectated, Prepare to Die showed kind of a finesse that they hadn't shown before, right? That I think moved them up from a team that was capable of making it far into each of the BattleRekt tournaments into a team that is capable of winning these BattleRekt tournaments. And I think Broken Comp has not yet necessarily demonstrated that they are a team capable of winning BattleRekt tournaments. They're still at the point where they just place really highly consistently. Of course, they're always on the verge of it. I feel like they're always on the verge of making big plays happen. And there's some decisions that they make that are really, really smart and that can best their opponents, but can they do that consistently is the question.
2 and 3 getting a good pull, forcing the Tornado out. The counter won't get proc for Little Master. Xanox is going to try and do as much as he can to Godof. Meanwhile, Randler just trying to heal up his teammates. Godof getting a great M2, but Xanox will shield most of that. He does have his ultimate as well.
But now look at the damage that Little Master's going to be able to put out. Randler with the ultimate in the middle, but oh man, Little Master's going to counter with an ultimate of his own. The Tornado to get him out of that situation, and they will actually get the center orb with the EX Shatter. Little Master in aggressively again. How many cooldowns are available? He's going to use his teleport to get out of there. Piggy gets popped. The shield immediately gets taken down.
Uh-oh. That actually puts Xanox in a tight spot, countering all the way out there. He does have an ultimate, though, to protect him with a lot of iframe.
Little Master.
Oh, it does get completely wasted. He doesn't get any damage. The other side to protect Little Master. Xanox now has just 1 bar of energy. 2 and 3 is actually getting chunked really hard by Godof. He's space bars in, gets a good pull.
Landing so many big hits onto 2 1 3 2 and 3. It's all about Randler's throughput healing right now. He's having to constantly heal 2 1 3 2 and 3. But here comes the ultimate. It might be a little bit too much damage. Misses the second hit and gets stunned out of it. And now panic. Tornado has to be spent, but he might not be able to go far enough. Other side as well. Watch out for the claw. Godof might be in trouble. Remember, not a lot of cooldowns are available right now. Who is going to get the upper hand? Who's going to get themselves into a position where they can turn damage around? The silence onto Little Master might make it an advantage for for Broken Comp. Here we go. Orb goes over to Prepare to Die. 2 Paloma ults on the field. Teleport for Little Master will put him into the allied Paloma ult. And now Xanox is in trouble. He could go down here. The counter gets baited out. Now Little Master is in trouble. If the claw lands, we'll see. 2 1 3 2 and 3 needs to play safe here.
He wants to get the silence so bad. He wants to get the shatter. If he can land the shatter, it might finish him off. He can't do it. 2 and 3.
Oh no! One more. There it is. He's going to finish it out. And Randler, too, gets taken down by Godof's swap. And it all crumbles. It all falls to pieces. Opportunities on the table, but the execution just wasn't there. 2 1 3 2 1 3. And Xanox had the opportunity, I think, to close out certain kills, but it was such a scramble situation. Their healths were so low that they weren't confident that it could stand and fight. But what they really needed was get themselves into position, using mini stuns, using silences to put them in an advantageous spot. There was one mini stun in particular on the side of Prepare to Die, for example, that saved Little Master, allowed him to get his ultimate off, and that was ultimately what killed 213, 213, was a tiny, tiny mini stun on the shield pop.
213 trying to get aggressive this time. He does not want to get caught off, but he's going to get punished by a panic, followed by Kababi's M2. Little Master does counter in, but he's going to R right back out.
Oh, nice use of the tornado
protection as well.
Stopping the claw. If he had gotten hit by the claw, the situation would be really different. Makes the cooldown of the claw longer, means that 213, 213 has to go for a different line of play. Also means that there was no root or damage taken on Little Master's end. He's going to counter in, and that's again going to put 213, 213 in a bad spot. Misses the claw, misses the Shadow Bolt. 213, 213 is out of the match for about another 5 seconds here. Misses the claw again. 213, 213 having a little bit of trouble here. Gonna try to go for the center orb, but misses that as well.
213
now Randler is being pressured out. There's Piggy to pop here. We'll see. Here comes the Piggy. Other side is being spent as well. He needs to be careful of the spell break. Gonna go for 213, 213 instead, and I think that might be the smart choice. Meanwhile, Little Master is just trying to duel out right now. Trying to do a lot of damage. Ultimate gets spent. Randler spends his mobility. Here comes Little Master's opportunity. He might push aggressively here. Gonna try to turn the corner, and here he goes. He's pushing Randler. 213, 213 on the other side of the map will actually land a claw. That's going to force other side to be spent. But now here comes Xanox with the ultimate. Tough situation right now for Broken Comp. Little Master is taking such good control of the back end of the map now. And they know they're slowly starting to get the health advantage.
Will they secure this orb? It's looking like they will. That is 3 orbs to 1 for Prepare to Die. Piggy gets popped again. This is a dangerous spot. He's trying to hunt down Xanox. She didn't get a whole lot of damage off on that at all, but it did give her a lot of pressure and forced them to use a lot of cooldowns. We're going to see an ult from Paloma go out. It will do a little bit of damage to Little Master, but not enough. Xanox got to be careful. Little Master posted his selfie, tried to get that.
No, Xanox has the ultimate to counter this situation, and if Little Master pushes too aggressively, it could be really bad. We'll see if he takes the bait. Oh, here it goes. He might choose to use the ultimate now. There's actually no way for Little Master to get out unless he gets help from Godof and Kababi, but Xanox is not going to commit to it. We'll see. He gets the mini stun. Pixie is out. And that's going to give Thruba healing onto both Kababi and Little Master, wherever Godof decides to spend his left clicks.
Randler and Xanox both saving that energy up. They want to make sure they use it before they die, though. 2 and 3 is now in. We just saw Paloma ult. Randler did, oh, everybody used theirs. I didn't even see Xanox use his.
There it is. Xanox tried to use the ultimate to get a lot of damage, and I think it was at a pretty good time, but put him in a bad situation.
And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, a 3-0 sweep by Prepare to Die. They will move on to our finals. They will be our last finalist. My team, Broken Comp, sorry, made it all the way to our...
So unfortunate. In the beginning of that round, there was so much time where 213, 213 just mechanically wasn't able to connect Claw of the Wickets or Shadow Bolts, put him out of the game for a long time, as well as the fact that towards the end of the game, Xanox was sitting on a full stick of butter for so long, and he definitely had an opportunity to do a lot of damage, but I think he wasn't confident in he himself getting that making that damage happen. But I think it would have helped if he had used it anyways, just in the sense of baiting out cooldowns, right? I think in a situation when he ended up committing to the ultimate, that was when the map was closing down, which means he could get punished after you use it, which is exactly what happened. But when the map was more open, when Godof was able to assist him when he was 2v1 against a Little Master, when 213, 213 was going 1v2 versus both Kababi and Godof, you know, if you spend your ultimate, if Kababi and Godof are too busy fighting off 213, 213, or if Kababi and Godof decide to spend a cooldown on Little Master, then all of a sudden 213, 213 becomes more successful in his 1v2, and then you become more successful in your 2v1, and you also have the opportunity to back away with protection from Godof himself, or sorry, from Randler himself, and Randler can heal you up if you end up spending your ultimate and being put into a bad spot. But if you wait until sudden death, then when you use your ultimate and get put into a bad spot, that means all 3 members of Prepare to Die are able to just